Having a traffic accident is something that no one wants to encounter. However, a man in Croatia has had a serious accident 7 times in his life, and he always escaped the death. Now please fasten your seatbelt and prepare to be amazed into the extraordinary lives of the luckiest men in the world. Frane Selak was born on June 14, 1929. He was a music teacher who used to have a normal life like everyone else. But starting in 1962, when he was 34 years old, a series of unexpected events came, changing his life forever. 1. Selak's alleged near-death experiences began in January 1962 when he was riding a train during the journey from Sarajevo to Dubrovnik through a cold, rainy canyon, and the train flew off the tracks and crashed in a river. Selak just suffered a broken arm and hypothermia. An unknown person pulled Selak to safety, while 17 other passengers drowned. 2. The next year, his mother was sick. He decided to book a plane ticket to visit her. The nearest flight is full. But Selak convinced the airline to let him sit in the back with the flight attendant. Until the plane was about to land. Suddenly, a plane door popped out, causing the plane allegedly crashed. The incident killed 19 people, but Mr. Frane Selak continued to be miraculously lucky when he was blown out of a door and landed in a haystack, escaped death for the second time. 3. 3 years after that, in 1966, a bus that he was riding in skidded off the road and into a river, drowning 4 passengers. Selak swam to shore with a few cuts and bruises. 4. 3 accidents in 4 years made Frane Selak afraid. He decided he would buy a car and drive himself to ensure his own safety. In 1970, his car caught fire as he was driving, and he managed to escape before the fuel tank blew up. 5. 3 years later, another of his cars continued to crash. This time, the cause of the accident was a faulty fuel pump, causing the engine to be hotter than usual. The fire shoots through the vent, and Selak's hair was completely singed in this incident, but he was otherwise unharmed. 6. After spending the next 20 years in peace, it seemed safe. In 1995, while walking on the street, Mr. Selak was hit by a bus. Fortunately, he was safe, with only a few bruises. 7. A year later, while driving through the mountain road, Mr. Selak suddenly saw the truck coming from the opposite direction. To avoid a narrow collision, his car dodged to the side and plunged into the valley and exploded. A miracle helped him jump through the window, grab a tree branch growing halfway up the mountain. Selak shared that due to so many accidents, many of his friends did not dare to get into his car. Some even did not dare to talk to him. However, Frane Selak remains optimistic. You can see things in 2 ways. Either I'm the most unlucky man in the world or the luckiest. I like to believe in the latter, he shared. After 7 rare accidents, death no longer seems to be interested in continuing the game. As the gift of compensation for past troubles, in 2003, 2 days after his 73rd birthday, Selak won the lottery, US $110,000, making him one of the luckiest people. At the time of his win, he also married for the 5th time. The money allowed him to own a villa on a private island and buy a yacht. However, after nearly 10 years of enjoying the life of a prince, Mr. Selak realized that money cannot buy happiness. In 2010, he decided to give most of the remaining money away to relatives and friends after deciding to live a frugal lifestyle. The story of Frane Selak's 7 escapes from the scythe of death has appeared on many major newspapers around the world, becoming a topic of much discussion. People called him the luckiest man, or sometimes the unluckiest man. What do you think? Do you want an extraordinary life like him, or just an ordinary life is enough luck? Let me know by clicking like and leaving a comment below.